This is YNS, the YouTube news service.
Hi, I'm Dan McGarry, and this is the news as I have it today. Labour, the Conservatives and the Lib Dems are in the final 3 days of election campaigning, as polls suggest the result is still in the balance. The Tories are ahead in the polls, but not by enough to get a majority. David Cameron says they will campaign through the night in a final push from Tuesday. But Labour said the Tories blew their lead early and have not won it back. Gordon Brown, Mr Cameron and Nick Clegg are spending the bank holiday hitting key seats they hope to win on the 6th of May. 3 days before the closest election since 1992, an ICM Guardian poll puts the Conservatives on 33%, Labour and the Lib Dems on 28%, which continues to point to a hung parliament. A defiant Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad says Tehran does not need to gain the trust of the West as it is observing global rules, unlike those that have nuclear arsenals. Ahmadinejad, on arriving in New York to participate in a review meeting of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, said Western powers are not seeking to build trust with the Islamic reputation. We should not offer ways to obtain their trust as Iran abides by the international law and acts within its framework, Ahmadinejad said as he landed at New York's JFK airport. Iran is committed to international regulations, he said, adding that the Western powers who have stockpiled nuclear weapons, have used them and are monopolizing them, are not seeking to build trust with Iran. Ahmadinejad, who has enraged the West with his country's dogged pursuance of nuclear program, also said Iran will make practical, fair and clean proposals aimed at world security at the NPT conference. Israeli President Shimon Peres accused North Korea on Sunday of acting as a duty-free shop for weapons that reach Iran and militants in Lebanon and Syria. Peres provided no proof to back up his claims, but his comments echoed similar allegations last month, in which he accused Syria of providing Scud missiles to Hezbollah guerrillas in Lebanon. Israel considers Iran its greatest threat because of suspicion that its nuclear program is ultimately aimed at producing weapons, as well as its repeated threats to destroy Israel. Peres said the reclusive North Korean regime had been a duty-free shop for long-range missiles and nuclear weapons. Israel was observing the smuggling trend with open eyes. The saga of the leaked 4th-generation iPhone continues to unfold, but now the story is less about the phone itself and more about Gizmodo, the Gawker Media blog that drew massive attention and web hits by showing it to the world. Recall that last week Gizmodo's Jason Chen appeared in a video on the site, holding and handling an unreleased version of Apple's smartphone. It had apparently slipped through Cupertino's fingers by way of an absent-minded engineer at a bar. Another guy at the bar found it and sold it to the Gizmodo. The blog itself had a huge traffic gasm by publishing the details, and it gave the phone back to Apple when asked nicely. The story doesn't end there though. Authorities think a crime may well have been committed somewhere along the line. That's why Jason Chen's home was raided recently by REACT, the Silicon Valley High Technology Task Force. That's right, Inspector Gadget is real, and he works for the Santa Clara County DA. They took a bunch of Chen's computers and are reportedly holding them in limbo until they figure out how to proceed. There is no evidence that the failed attempt to detonate a car bomb in New York was the work of Al-Qaeda or any other big terrorist group. Michael Bloomberg spoke after police dismissed claims by a Pakistani Taliban group that it was responsible. Investigators are hunting for a middle-aged man, a white man, seen removing his shirt near the scene at Times Square on Saturday evening and stuffing it into a bag. President Barack Obama has vowed the US will track down the perpetrators. Investigators have been gathering evidence from the Nissan Pathfinder in which the homemade petrol and propane bomb was found. The engine was still running with hazard lights flashing when the SUV emitting smoke attracted the attention of a street vendor. Police evacuated part of the bustling entertainment district and shut subway lines, while a controlled explosion was carried out. New York Police Commissioner Raymond Kelly said on Sunday that the bomb was crude but could have sparked a significant fireball. And in sport news, Neil Robertson won 6 out of 8 frames in the second session of the World Championship snooker to lead Graham Dott 9-7. The Australian trailed the Scot 5-3 going into the evening session, but breaks of 61, 90, 79 and 75 changed the complexion of the best of 35. Dott looked weary but managed to stop the rot, winning frames 14 and 15. He should have won the 16th but failed with a plant, allowing Robertson to clear and take a 2-frame lead. Had that plant gone in, then it would have given Dott a huge boost going into the third session on Monday. Today. He had lost 5 frames on the bounce, including a heartbreaking 11th, where he made a 7-2 before Robertson claimed the snooker he needed and won the frame on a respotted black. The Australian took the next 2 for 8-5 before Dott bounced back with a 56 in the 14th. After his opponent missed the red into the middle before making a 53 in the next to reduce the deficit to 1 frame. But the 2006 champion's luck was out in the final frame of the night when he elected to take a risky 2-ball plant into the right centre and missed, allowing Robertson to steal. Well, thank you for watching the YouTube news, and we'll bring you more news as it progresses. YouTube News Service, bringing you tomorrow's news today.
That was YNS. Thank you for watching. YNS and YNS Extra are informative news programs created by Darryl McGarry in 2009. He has always strived to keep his news current, relevant and useful, but that's not always an easy job. Thank you for watching. See you next time.